We on. NECKBONE, welcome to the show, man. I got NECKBONE on the show. Everybody want to talk about the history of the Tongan Crips, where it was started, how it was started, who started it. NECKBONE, welcome to the show, man. How you doing today, bro?
I'm good. I'm good. The mayor just chilling here at whatever this place is called, Kern Valley State Prison near Bakersfield.
Yeah, the real mayor.
Yeah.
Man, the real. I say that because I seen somebody else pop up on YouTube, man, calling themselves the mayor of Inglewood. And every time I saw that, be like, "What Neck must ain't seen that? Neck the mayor of Inglewood, so I always have been." So yeah, man. So people want to know, man. Tell us the history, man, on the Tongan Crips. Like, how did y'all put that together? Was it you and No Good, right? Your big bro.
It was when I came out of Camp Kilpatrick, where The Rock eventually filmed that movie Gridiron.
Yes.
I came out of there March of 1980. I came out of Camp Kilpatrick, and that's when all the Tongans were still going to Lennox High School.
Okay.
That's when Lennox High School still existed. And so that's where it started. It started at Lennox High.
Okay.
Lennox High is where TC started. And in short, with the motivation for it was from a dude named Ulu.
Ulu?
Ulu, U-L-U, Ulu. Ulu, I can't remember his real name, but he was a Fifita, and he has a cousin named Ipet.
Okay.
And every day he hung around me and the homies from Raymond at the high school, and he always wanted to be a gang member. He wanted to bang with me, and because he seen the way I dressed, I was cripped down every day, and as Raymonds, we was having money. We were rich kids in high school. We're not rich, but we were well-to-do because we were hitting licks every day.
Right.
While the Tongans were just, most were fobs from the island, and they didn't really have no money. So Ulu started hanging around me, and he liked the vibe of how I was doing it. And every day he was like, "Man, can I join the gang? Can I get in?" And it was too many Tongans there at the high school at the time. Majority of which was my own family.
Right. And
so I thought about it, and every day during lunch, me and Ulu would be at 7-Eleven or Inglewood Avenue and 111, or at the Winchell's Donut right there.
Yeah.
Donut shop or Jim's Burger, and every day he's harassing me, and we're selling weed during our lunch breaks and stuff, and and he wants to be a part of that. And I thought about it, and I was like, you know what? I think it's best that you guys start your own gang. Because there's too many of it. It's like our football team at the high school, like 13 Tongans there.
Okay.
And these were dudes, Falwini, and his brother Basi, and it was quite a few. I don't want to get into all the names,
yeah.
But even you remember Moose, right? Crazo?
Which Moose?
Harold.
Harold.
You remember Harold? Harold, his brother, his nephew ended up being that guy Halote Mata that was playing for the Ravens.
Okay. Name sound familiar though.
Harold, we used to call him Moose.
Okay, name sound familiar.
Huh?
Says name sound familiar. He about your age. He went to Lennox with y'all back then.
He's my age. They lived right across from the supermarket on Lennox and Prairie.
Oh, the old Mayfair market back at
Corner's house.
Oh, you talking about Vine Boy and them, right? Cross street.
Yeah, that was Vine Boy, and then they lived across the street. But Moose and them lived next door to there.
Okay.
Yeah. Moose's grandparents were Galonia de Vita.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that's his parents.
Oh yeah, I remember Vine Boy and Fine and that whole family, Cotton and all them stayed across the street right there.
Yeah, that was Cotonia. Then they lived across the street. So
right.
Yeah, you remember them.
Yeah.
Yeah, by the way, Cotonia passed away some years ago.
Oh, no shit. I was wondering what happened to them, man. I asked somebody about them, man, but a lot of the Tongans I run across now, they be younger. They don't be knowing, but I know they still got families still around there. I just ain't ran across nobody old enough to talk. Remember that.
They all grandparents now. By more, he on the island.
Okay.
But this high school, Lennox High, had like 13 football players, and You know, so they had enough to. They were, you know, the way I see it is like the Tongans was a gang before they even became a gang. Before they even had a name, you know, because they was already operating that way, coming from the island, and plus they was already intimidating those at school before they was even anybody, you know, as far as the gang thing.
All right.
You know, so but yeah, so one day we're chilling, and after a football practice, we're chilling in the gym, and Ulu is clowning around about, hey, you know, Tongans are big ass clowns, right? That's all they know how to do is joke. They're real good at joking. So, you know, Ulu went on my recommendation and told everybody, hey, let's start a gang, right? Yeah. So everybody was clowning around in the gym like, well, yeah, what's your dumb ass, you know, these are fobs. The way they talk is like, yeah, what's your dumb ass gang gonna call? What's the name of your gang? and everybody was like coming up with names like at the time they had Samoan warriors in Carson, right? Right. Some of these dudes recommended Tongan warrior. Okay. You know, so yeah, they had all kind of names. They was going back and forth with the names, and you know, and clowning around and smacking each other in the head and stuff like that. And then after all these names and jokes and stuff, I recommended Tongan Crip, right? Yeah. And it was, and when I remember when I stated that Tongan Crip would be a good name, Ulu the clown, yeah, said no. He said not TC, TIC, and everybody said like what the hell is TIC? And he said, you know, being the clown he is, he said, Tongan International Crip, right? And they got smacked in the head, man, shut your dumb ass up, right? But fast forward, he wasn't lying. Yeah. You know? Yeah. I mean, fast forward now, TC's in New Zealand, Australia, everywhere. Yeah, everywhere now. Everywhere. So Ulu wasn't lying, but that's how Tongan Crip started right there at the gym at Lenox High School in April 1980. Wow, that's crazy. You know? It's crazy that they're 42 years old now. And deep as fuck. Hell yeah. And deep as hell. And let me tell you another story that's funny. Now, one day I'm at the Winter's Donut, at the donut shop on 111th and Inglewood Avenue at lunchtime, and Cynthia Rabbit's sister come running over there. Oh, Big Rabbit. Cynthia Scott? Yeah. 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 So Cynthia come running over there calling me. She's like, Walla, come on. Your cousins is fighting the homies at school. So we run over there, right? We run over there. And it was funny. I get to 111 and Buford. I'm at the corner. The fight is over with. My family and the Tongans are on the right side, and all the homies from Raymond are in the school parking lot. And I'm looking, and I can tell something's going on because the Tongans are waving at the Raymonds, are like, come here and get some more, right? Yeah. And it looked like they got the best of this situation, right? Yeah. And I'm standing looking, and I see the homie Big T, Tony Avery, standing in the parking lot. His nose is bleeding. Yeah. And I'm looking like, you know, and it was like 7 Tongans, and it was a lot of homies. And I'm like, well, this look, you know what I mean? I was surprised that the Tongans got the best of them, right? Yeah. And I'm looking, and I'm like, huh. And then I realized what happened. It's like the house right there on the corner of Buford and 111. Yeah. Or the house on the northeast corner. You know, the Tongans coming from the bush over there in the islands, right? Yeah. Over there, they learn how when you fight with whatever you got, mango branches, whatever you get a hold of, that's what you use to fight with, right? Right. What they had did is no wonder they beat the homies down real bad. That home had a wooden fence. These fools pulled the board, broke the fence down, pulled the boards off of it, and broke them in half, and beat the homies with it.
Oh wow!
But that was the first gang fight of the TC and the IRDs with my own homies.
Damn, that's crazy.
That was the first gang fight, and I you know, the truth is they got the best of the Raymonds that day.
That's crazy.
But that's how love starts, right? You always start. Your best friends is the ones you end up fighting in elementary and junior high and stuff like that. You know,
for sure. That's where it starts from.
That's where it starts. Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's how it began. But I never forget. That was the first gang fight, and Big T was there. T was there. Whatchamacallit? Dwayne Moody was there.
Yeah.
I forget his FB name.
Yeah.
It was Cynthia was there. It was a lot of people. It's been a while. And my memory's starting to fade.
That's going back to the original 10 Deuces, the homegrowns who was there from the very beginning. You was talking about Lennox
From the
High.
very beginning.
Yeah.
You know,
all the originals.
Very beginning.
Come from that side.
I mean, it's crazy that high school, like Harold's nephew became NFL, right? That guy's gonna make it Hall of Fame one of these days, if not already. Then we got this other guy the Finau family was there. Gillespie Finau and his brother Devita, and Gillespie's son right now is playing that PGA golf tour, so he's real famous, you know. So it's a lot of fame came out that little Lennox High School families with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it came out of that high school.
Yeah, I remember them days. That's the days when I was going to Larch before I got to Felton. But I remember a lot of that stuff was going on back then, man. I thought it was something going on with, like, remember they had a Mexican game back over there called Socios. And I remember
they had Socios there, and that game Tepa had just started.
Yeah. I was telling somebody, I remember I was at Larch when Tepa started. I see Tepa over there deep too, though. But I remember when they first started that. Matter of fact, I don't know who actually started it, but it was a dude in my class. It was the first person I heard say that, because before I ever heard of Tepa, you know, all we knew was Lennox, Socios, Lil Watts, and Los Compadres, Vadio Threads. They was all around there back then.
Yeah, they was there before Lennox even started.
Oh, Los Compadres was?
Well, yeah, Los Compadres had that whole area. It wasn't even Lennox.
Oh, okay.
Lennox started like in '74 by a dude named Jesse Macia.
Oh, all right.
And he was from Compadres, and so he flipped and turned into, and he started Lennox. Jesse Macia, the Macia family started Lennox. You know what that was? That's what most people don't know, is that myself, John, and my brother, who everybody know as Sony.
Yeah.
Myself, No Good, and Sony, we was the first generation from Lennox, from that gang Lennox with the essays. I don't even think it was Lennox 13 back then. I don't even think that the Mexican mafias had attached 13 to the names.
So y'all was like the little clique of Lennox back then.
We was the first generation of Lennox, of Lennox.
Okay.
You know, we was the first generation with the Macia family, the Cruz, the Valentine, with all them little young kids, and we all went to Wayland. Lennox started they live in 105th.
Yeah.
And Lennox started right there with everybody that went to Wayland.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But the Tepa thing, one of the dudes that started Tepa was a little fat Mexican kid named John Juarez that I went to Wayland with.